Good morning, my friends. I am Coach Karen Mays, and I say good morning now, but it really didn't start off to be such a great morning. So I thought I would come on and share with you a little bit about that because I've been reflecting on 2020 as it draws to a close. We're down into the 40s. I think we're at 43 days left in the year. I have it on my calendar, but I can't see it from here. But something like that. And so I've been reflecting on it, and I know, believe me, I know it's been a challenging year, and I know that some of you out there have experienced real hardship and real pain this year, and I want you to know that I'm here for you if I can help or just listen. But one of the gifts that this year has given to me, and it has been a challenging year, is an awareness of my thought patterns. And some of my thought patterns can be destructive. And I've shared a little bit about that with you in the past. That, these thought patterns in the past would drive behavior patterns that I noticed weren't working for me anymore. And so I'll just give you a little example. I've been having an issue recently, not sure of the cause, but I woke up this morning with a really red face. Looks like I have a sunburn and it's itching. I put makeup on, so you can't tell now, but I'm looking at myself. I have a little more makeup on than I'm really comfortable with usually, and it was I woke up scratching my neck in the wee hours of the morning, which it's unusual for me. And so I'm working with a dermatologist. All of that is in process, but it's frustrating to not know the cause. So I woke up with that. And so my inner brat, the little brat that lives in the back of my brain here, was already strong. Woke up strong this morning. And then and these are all little things. I'm not complaining, believe me. I'm just sharing with you that I started off without the best mindset this morning. My husband couldn't find his glasses this morning. If you know us, you know that we can barely see without our glasses. And so if we lose them, we usually can't find them on our own. Sometimes we can. But I'm very intentional about where I put them every night for that reason. And when I'm not, if I lie down next to my kids at night and just kind of put them off to the side or somewhere that I don't typically do, I may have the situation that he had this morning. That's something that happened to him. And so he, before calling in the cavalry, me and the kids, he pretty much tore the room apart looking for his glasses. And then I was able to go in with my glasses on and find them. But I'm like, and then he had to rush off to work or to his meetings. And so that what got my brat going a little bigger. The brat got a little louder. And I don't want to put this room back together. I don't want to deal with that. Ugh, what a pain. I'm really not mad at my husband or anything. It happens, but what a pain. And I'm looking at the list of things I do, because I've shared with you, I'm doing these daily habits that are helping me create a routine. And it has turned into a little bit of a routine all put together, with most of them happening somewhat consecutively. And looking at that list, I'm like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. And you know what? Someone said something to me yesterday, and that's not sitting with me too well. I don't feel too good about that. That's really bothering me. And there's this thing I want to get, but I can't really get it. And why can't I get what I want? And so the brat's getting louder and louder and louder. And I'm starting to feel like, okay, this is familiar territory. I know where this is going. It's going to frustration and feeling powerless, and it's going to really permeate my day if I don't disrupt this process right now. And so I thought, well, I really don't feel like reaching out to anybody, but I sent a little text to my coach, said, I could use a pep talk if you have time. And so she did. She came through. We had a little talk. And sometimes when you just speak the things out loud that are going on, they dissipate. They dissipate, or they just don't seem as insurmountable or as bothersome anymore. And so that was my experience today. Plus she had some really nice, encouraging things to say, which never hurts. And, but I have to admit that as challenging as this year has been, and, we are sitting in a very fortunate place to have stayed healthy and able to work, that, it encouraged, I don't want to use the word forced, but let's just say it forced me to really dig into my patterns of thinking and the ones that could be destructive at times. And so that's what I said when my coach called me. She's like, "What's going on?" And I said, "Well, I'm aware that my thoughts are getting destructive, and I want to pull the plug on it," something like that. And then it made me think about something, a quote that I heard, and I went on the internet and looked for the source of this quote. I don't remember who said it. It was a professional cyclist. This is from years ago. This may even be pre-internet days. Might have been Lance Armstrong, but I don't think it was. I think it was a contemporary of his. Anyway, professional cyclist. I was watching him be interviewed. I'm not a big cyclist. I think they're fine, but I don't follow it. Why I was watching this interview, I don't know. But what he talked about in this interview has stuck with me for all these years. And I think it can apply to all kinds of situations. Because what he talked about is accepting the pain. Because they were asking him about, when you're riding and you're in pain, how do you manage that? Do you just try to ignore it? What do you do? And he said, no, he said, you got to accept the pain, because if you're using your energy to resist it or push it down or pretend that it's not there, that's energy that's misplaced. So accept the pain and move through it if you can. And I think that is just as true of emotional pain as physical pain. And so when we talk about managing our emotions, which is has been a big part of my journey, and it's a big part of the journey for a lot of my clients, emotional management does not mean ignoring them or changing them. It's really about accepting them, allowing yourself to feel them. So this morning I was feeling frustrated and angry, but it was this directionless anger. And frustrated and all kinds of things bundled up. And I just had to allow myself to feel that and admit that I was allowing my inner brat to dominate. And I thought, well, if I'm going to disrupt this, then I need to do something. And so my doing something looked like sending my coach a text, and I'm lucky to have an awesome coach who said, okay, let's talk. So that has been the gift of 2020 before, because I'll tell you, in the past, that would have set the tone for my whole day. And unless something else intervened to bring me out of myself, I don't know how long it might have lasted, and influenced every conversation and every interaction and everything for the entire day. So I am thankful for that. So I don't know. I hope that helps somebody out there today. I'm still on track to finish 2020 strong. I committed at the beginning of this year, before I knew anything about a pandemic, to finish this year stronger and healthier and lighter. And I'm on track to do all of those things. And working on my mindset and my thoughts, and being more aware of what's going on with myself has been a huge, huge part of that. And if that sounds, this is me 5 years into a health journey. Other people might have gotten here sooner, or it might take them longer, but this is 5 years into a health journey for me. And, it's been amazing. And so I guess the reason I mention that is, sometimes people think, it's amazing, but I can't do what you're doing. Well, maybe you can't do what I'm doing yet. 5 years ago, I couldn't do anything that I'm doing right now. So it's been a slow, gradual evolution and process, and there have been days when I have taken many steps back, and there have been days when I've taken many steps forward, and over time there have been more steps forward than back, and that is really what it's all about. So if that has helped you today, I'm so glad. Please let me know. I would love to hear about it. It helps me. It gives me a boost when people reach out to let me know something like that. And if you know anyone who needs to hear this today, please share this video with them or connect me with them another way. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, everyone.